Welcome to Nest Productions. This episode is a little unformatted this week because I have a special guest. And I'm proud to say I've known him all his life. And he is a former resident of my balls. Please welcome my son, Logan.
Hey guys, it's me, Logan. Nice to meet you all finally.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. 5 years, I believe, coming. So,
Well, I haven't seen you in 3, so yeah.
Last year when you visited us at Sizzlers, but we'll just say 4 years.
Oh, that's
or so.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're all going out to dinner. I paid.
Hey, you paid, but I blessed you with my appearance. So, and
Fair enough.
yeah,
Fair enough.
there you go.
How you been, buddy?
Oh, good. How about you, Dad?
Well, as you've been listening, you know how I've been. You know, a few doctor visits, couple doctors gave me the finger.
Oh, finger up the ass. It's
Hey!
always, hey, it happens.
I just like to say gave me the finger, you know.
It gave you the finger. Well,
But
put it lightly.
what's been going on with you? Now, first, before you answer that question, there are questions that people have. They want to know, first and foremost, how does one train to be a front desk?
How does one train to be a front desk? So it starts with you bullshitting your way into the job, and then it becomes you winging it, taking what little bit of knowledge you have, and then you wing it. That's all you do. You wing it.
You desk it.
You desk it. Yes,
You desk
exactly. That's exactly what you do.
Fair
Even
enough.
to this day, I desk it.
All right, don't get too involved. that was a throwaway joke.
I
I was hoping maybe like if we came in here and did the podcast, you get on all fours and I could just put my drink right on your back. You're in training.
Well, they tried that, but then it never works like that. Not with me. No, I instantly took over.
Right on.
I'm a take no prisoners kind of guy.
Well, I remember we were talking and you were filling out the forms at your work, which I won't say any names as far as your work goes. We don't do that here. But we were talking on the phone and I was telling Josh and Ryan how you're like, oh yeah, when you guys had the heavy snowfall. And you're like, yeah, I just decided to stay here. I got the room with the jacuzzi. I'm in the jacuzzi right now, having a couple cocktails, filling out the forms. It was supposed to be somebody else's room, but I took it.
Oh yeah, that comes back to the. I really don't care. I was like, they told me they're like, what? How would you feel comfortable filling out this form? In the nicest room you guys have available. Someone owns it. Doesn't matter. I'm working for you. I'm making your money.
That's my boy, folks. He's got the Tony Stark mentality.
You want me to work for you? I make the money for you.
I have a.
It's like, I need the nicest room to fill out this interview form, so give it to me.
Oh, fair enough. Well said. There is there's one more question that especially Josh from episode 13 has. What is up? How do you find hats with the largest bills on the planet?
So,
What store do you shop at?
what store do I shop at?
I feel like Joan Rivers with the fashion police.
A lot of my hats I actually go to the mall for. When I was in Texas, I never went to a store to get the hats. When I was in Texas, I ordered them, or God forbid, people got them for me. And so when it comes to the bill, that wasn't me. I just wore them out of appreciation because I don't want to be my father and insult people.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The acceptable answer would be like, Father, I just wasn't born with your moon-like head.
That too. That was, I was putting it the nice way, but if you want to be real here, then that's how you put it. Yes, I wasn't born with your large rock head, so yeah, that's why the bills look larger.
Fair enough. By comparison. That's awesome. All right. So Texas, huh?
Texas.
Okay, keep in mind, folks, to the listening audience, we haven't seen each other aside from the little visit
since Age of Ultron.
It's been like 3 years.
2015 of March.
Yeah. So Reunited and it feels so good.
Oh, very good.
Well, I don't know. That might be a copyright thing right there. Can't say that. So, you got any story? Tell me. Catch me up. Tell me a story from Texas.
Oh, so Texas.
Interesting.
Where do I start? Do I start with the shit trip or when we actually got to Texas?
Let's start with the.
When I actually got to Texas, we were in this small town, smaller than Scappoose. It's called Ranger, where you guys have Subways and Taco Bells and what is it called? Smith's, I believe. I don't know if it was a Smith's or a Rayleigh's.
Fred Meyer's,
but the other store.
What do you mean, you guys? Where? I've lived all over the place. So.
In Scappoose, you guys, other than Fred Meyer's, you have either a Rayleigh's or a Smith's. I can't remember because I didn't pay attention to the name. It all looks the same inside of me. It's a grocery store. Safeway and all that. It proves my point. It's because in Ranger, all they have is a damn Dairy Queen. Other than that, exactly. Like all they have, all that's in Ranger is a Dairy Queen. Oh, and a liquor store because it's Texas, Oh, and a few gun shops, like I said, south. we were there for maybe 3 weeks, and then we found this place in what seemed like a nice place, Granbury.
Dingleberry? No.
Oh, well, that's putting it nicely. That's giving Granbury too much credit, old man.
It was Granbury when I got there.
It was Granbury when I got there, and then when I left, it was
Dingleberry.
Yes. We got there. Ugh, the South.
All right, tell the story.
I started off at Taco Bell. Every young man's growing up job, fast food. I had this Robin lanyard string doll, and I quit because my second day there, I had my backpack in the manager's office. I had that Robin string doll tied to it. It was stolen out of the manager's office along with $10 of mine. And when I confront the manager, all he says is, "Welcome to Granbury." Really, that's a manager's job? Like, it's under your watch and you let them steal from me? So I was like, no, fuck you guys. I'm out of here. So then 2 weeks pass, and then I managed to land a job at Burger King, which went smoothly until Christmas. Christmas Day, mind you. Fast food, Texas. Actually, we'll go back a month ago. We'll go to Thanksgiving. We were open Thanksgiving. Who the hell wants fast food on Thanksgiving? Shouldn't you be eating a turkey? Not Texas, mind you.
Well, it depends on who you are. Because you know me. Fish, friends, and family stink after 3 days, and it's a holiday. Maybe I want to swing through the drive-thru and give me a Whopper.
Well,
just so I can have some alone time.
Well, my ignorance said, I'm not even going to show up to work that day. Well, I get a call. Oh, pissed boss. I've never had to deal with this because before I moved to Texas, I held the job for 5 years. I was an 8th grader going into high school, and I had a job already for 5 years landscaping. Never heard a boss angry before like this woman, Liz. And she...
Angrier than me?
Much angrier.
Wow.
I ever thought I saw the devil in your eyes? No, I saw holiness in your eyes compared to this woman.
Fair enough. Keep going.
And she threatened to fire me, and I was, really, on Thanksgiving people are showing up? Well, time passes, I get there.
Let me stop you right there. To be fair, when we first brought you home when you were born, the first time you cried and woke me up, I threatened to fire you. No, continue.
So then, I get there, and then our whole ploy is, because none of us wanted to be there, our whole plan was, we're going to tell every customer our broiler doesn't work. Because one thing that Burger King likes to promote is that, while other places just fry or whatever their meat, we broil the meat. Well, they do. I'll tell you that. They do.
Okay.
Well, we...
Okay. Salty D, I hope you're listening right now. I got your back, buddy.
So what we decided to do is say, The broiler broke down to every guest because none of us wanted to be there. And it was working. It really was. We didn't have to do a damn thing for almost 3 hours. Then trouble arises. The manager calls. Says, why am I being told you can't serve anybody because your broiler's down? We tell her, not thinking she's going to drive down here. Oh yeah, like we're trying to figure it out and the broiler doesn't work. And oh man, she called me of all people. We had 2 managers on duty and she calls me to say, Logan, I'm coming down there right now to try to work on the broiler. And all I think is, no. She's gonna realize only thing that saved my ass, purely my ass that day, is that I had Will on duty. Will is very good with fixing things, and before she came down, I called her maybe 20 minutes after that call. I said, hey, Will got the broiler fixed. We can continue serving people. Biggest ball buster of my life. It just, I thought I was going home.
So, buddy, when you finally decide to move here, I know a guy who can get you on board. You have experience.
I have a very good experience with like telling customers, piss off, we can't serve you. A very good experience with that. I'll be the first to tell people I'm not going to serve you.
How about so after that, what was the
next job? The next job was Dollar General.
There it is. That's the one I've been waiting for.
The second longest job I held, which it was going good. I had a few rowdy guests. It's the South, you know. You don't tell them when they're trying to buy their tobacco or alcohol. You don't tell them.
You just give them a complimentary banjo.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep the day going.
Exactly. Let them know that, you know, the South rocks. Everywhere else sucks.
Yeah. Stars and bars, baby.
Yep. Guns. Everyone deserves a gun. You know, Republicans. Go for it.
Yeah, go sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep the border up, build the wall, keep everyone that's not white out. It's Texas.
Yeah.
It was going good, and then that fateful night of March 2nd, I believe.
Oh my God, you have it down to the date.
Yeah, trust me, I will. So
the floor is yours, sir.
This regular customer comes in. This older guy. He was born in 1944, I believe.
Hey.
It might be 46.
Sorry, it was me. I was a secret shopper.
Yes, I kind of got a little hint of the old man in there. Oxygen tank and everything, not just like all the way up to his nose. Like this guy looks like he'd drop dead any second, as much as he was cool. Regular since the day I started. Always bought the same pack of cigarettes. 3 exactly. 305 purples. If any of you guys know, I guess that's a Texas brand cigarette that's only really sold in Texas. He bought the cigarettes and then he walks out. After serving 3 other people, the police walk in, they ask my name. Of course I'm going to tell them because I'm not a criminal.
The police showed up just...
Well, undercover, they ask me, they come around, because usually when people walk around, I tell them.
I have a question, though.
Yes.
Did you ask them to make a purchase if they're going to be in there?
I was going to until they walked behind my counter near the safe, and that's when I was like, we're getting robbed. Because they weren't dressed like police, they were undercover. Old lady trying to front like a teenager when she has crow's feet. Come on.
That's like me trying to front as a gymnast.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I should.
I don't quite have the waistline for it.
that would have made my trip easier after everything was said, and that would have made it easier.
Fair enough.
They asked my name, Logan Lowry. Yes. Well, like I said, I'm not a criminal, so of course I'm gonna tell these people that. And they say you're under arrest. Well, what for? You were selling alcohol to an underage minor. I haven't sold alcohol once tonight, sir. And then they pull me behind into the manager's office, and they try to say I sold to this 14-year-old black kid. Texas, South, black kid.
Okay.
Alcohol. So then He asked, well, would you like to make a phone call? I said, yes, I'd like to tell my mom I'm going to jail. Not really for that reason, but because if anyone's going to help me out in this situation, mother. No one's going to love you like your mother. So I'm telling him that, and he says...
I'd like to say you're a little vagina. It's just... Mommy! No, I'm kidding.
That's what I thought, too.
I'm
Exactly.
kidding.
I even told him, like, Mama! Like, Mom!
Keep going.
He says, I can't let you do that. I say, why not? I don't even call him sir or officer. Screw this guy.
All right, come on.
He says, because what if you're going to tell other people about our police sting? So, like, say I can't call my mom. I can make another call? Yes. Who's to say I'm not going to tell that person then I'm telling him about the police sting? Blew this guy's mind. He had no idea what. Immediately throws my phone to the side, says, you lost your phone call. Checkmate.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like anybody doesn't already know about, like...
a police sting, because I'm not the first to get caught and screwed over, but we'll gloss over the rest of that.
Was it 1970? Robert Redford, Jackie Gleason? I remember seeing The Sting. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, go ahead.
So... they cuff me, and I tell them, hey...
They cuff you.
They cuffed me.
Why?
Because
it's Texas.
Texas, and because I argued, because I argued about calling my mom. Because I argued. He thought I was going to... They put resisting arrest. Never once resisted. I already held my hands up. As soon as he threw the phone, I put my hands up. I'm like, cuff me. I know you're going to, so...
But you shouldn't have put up those two certain fingers when you did that.
But I did.
Fair enough.
And they take me. The officer who took me inside his actual vehicle, very polite guy. He tried to talk to me. No, I'm not the person. I don't talk to police. No, I don't talk to you because you know what's going on. You know this is wrong. Well, I get there and they search me. Man, did they fondle me.
Like me at the doctor's office?
Oh, yeah. Trust me.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Do tell. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
they got way in depth with that. Well,
In depth?
in depth, yeah. Talk about depth.
They went spelunking?
They went to the devil's ass crack of the earth when it came to searching me. So
All right.
so I get into my cell.
Your cell. Okay.
My cell,
Fair
yes.
enough. Okay. Guilty until proven innocent at this point, apparently.
Yes, that's how it's been since
That's how Texas rolls.
always.
Okay.
So I get in there. I already see it. When I'm looking in the window when they're taking the cuffs off me and they're giving me the shoes to wear and they're removing my hat.
It took 2 officers, maybe 3, to get rid of the bill.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to need to remove the hat. Call it the SWAT team.
We need bomb disposal for this hat. I'm looking in the window to see who's in there, because, like I said, before it's guilty until proven innocent. So I'm looking to see who they throw me in there, because I've never been inside a prison before or anything. So I'm looking to see who I might be thrown in with, because I figured I would be thrown with people equal to my charge. Wrong. Very wrong. Though the gentleman was nice, very wrong. I look in. Oh, man. So I get in there. He's taking a piss. And as they're telling me all this stuff, he looks over his shoulder. He's like, oh, hey, man, I'll come say hi to you in a second. Well, I wouldn't expect any of you to understand this. I'm from Reno, Nevada. When someone says, oh, let me just finish taking a piss and then I'll come see you, does not mean they're friendly. That can mean anything. Like, you can hear someone saying, like, I'm going to beat your ass afterwards. Equally as that. So, I sit down, and I do not take my eyes off this guy. I'm like, no, I do not trust this person. I don't know who he is. He sits down, he's like, what are you in here for, man? I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. I've seen plenty of movies like this. I just tell him. I'm like, I don't care. What is he going to do? I just tell him. He's like, same here. All right, so I felt a little relieved. Well, then, him and I are talking. We're talking about this guy named Caesar because his name has been on there 5 times within the past 3 months. So every person that kept coming in, we kept asking, "Is your name Caesar?" And they're like, "No."
What are you talking about?
Because people would scribe their names on there of like their
on the
dates of
wall?
when they got in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, like Caesar, we see names. We've seen Caesar's name, same writing a lot. So we're waiting. Me and this guy, I can't remember his name because I didn't care to remember. Because we kept asking, "Are you Caesar?" No. Well, 6 hours or so passed by. We finally get to meet Caesar. We're like, "Oh, Caesar!" Like. My main thing, everyone else wanted to ask Caesar why he kept landing in here. My main thing is, how were you able to write your name in Sharpie in here? Like, everyone wants to know what you did. Mine's is, they searched me thoroughly, like I said. They fondled me and everything. How did you manage to get a Sharpie in here to write your name all these times? Like, are you a regular or?
He's a regular.
Yes, very much a regular. So...
And then when he goes to the bathroom, he's irregular.
So, turns out Caesar isn't the kind of person you thought he would be. In a sense, like regular. He's the standard Texas guy. He's just a drunk who likes to get drunk and fight people. He's a bar hopper. He gets drunk at one bar, fights someone, kicked out, thrown to the next, and... I don't know how it takes them so long. I don't know how it takes them 5 bars to find this guy every time. But
Hey, my kind of guy. Hail Caesar.
Oh, another thing, Caesar, man, not what I expected either. This big old white guy with a long gray beard. I'm like, Caesar's the old guy? Like, I expected Caesar to be this young kid, but no, he's biker and everything. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but in late 2014, early 2015, the Waco shooting between the bikers, Caesar.
By the way, folks, that was my high school nickname, Caesar.
So then everyone gets in there. Caesar's the only one who is really acting up because he's the only one who's not sober inside there.
I like him already.
And then it was just mainly just sitting there. Everyone's talking, asking, "Oh, what did you do to get in here?" I'm not going to ask because I had listened to every story. Clearly, everyone besides Caesar is in here for the same reason. So I'm not going to ask Caesar because I don't care. I already know his story. I'm not going to ask anyone else because I already know their story.
Whether you wanted to hear it or not.
But then it comes into this kid maybe 20, maybe 19, I don't know. When they're taking us all out after we're in our cells, they wait to put us in our cells, and then they wait a bit, then they take us out individually, take our fingerprints and our mug shots. I loved my mug shot, by the way. I loved it so much because I'm the only one, everyone's all pissy and just straight faced. I'm the only one smiling like... And then there's this one kid. I never bothered to ask his name.
I'm on the red carpet.
Exactly. Here I am, the only one.
Settle down.
And then
you're an idiot.
I'd never asked it. I was gonna ask his name because he did seem cool until he came back from his mugshot and fingerprints. And then he says, "Oh, don't expect to get out of here soon, guys." And that's when I shifted my attention towards him. Why not? Because they saw my Hatchet Man tattoo and they asked if I was in a gang, and I decided to start talking trash. I said, "You're a juggalo inside. You're already inside your cell, and you're gonna try to argue a lost cause that's been lost since the 90s?" And he said, "Oh, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Juggalos are dumb. Like, no one cares about that. I'm like, take it from me too. I listened to that. Even then, y'all are dumb. Why are you arguing that? Why are you going to argue something like that in prison?" He says, "'Cause it's what I believe in." I instantly want to tell him, "Believe in this," and just knee him. So I kept my cool. I'm like, "No, that doesn't involve me. I'm being respectable." So then they come in forcefully. Man, I thought I was in a shield prison for a second. Like, they came in all like nightsticks and just like all of us pinned against the wall, and they're throwing mats on the ground. And then they kind of like force us to the ground and said, "Here's your mats, like, go to sleep." I was like, "You didn't have to Alrighty, so after we slept, and then we get on to when I get out. So I'm sitting there in court. Everyone's nicely dressed. You have me in my sweatpants and my long tees, white sleeve. Very out of place there. Did not expect that. They ask me, who did you sell the alcohol to? I'm not going to answer that exactly because I'm like, I didn't sell alcohol. They said, you did. Just answer the question. I said, you guys tell me it's this little black kid, 14 years old. That's what I heard. They bring in the guy I supposedly sold to. It's this 20-year-old, 19-year-old tall white kid. Never seen this guy a day in my life. I lost it. Oh, I tried my best to hold my tongue. I just couldn't. I just had to say something. I said, this is not the guy. Never seen this man in my life.
That's what lawyers are for.
Which I was lucky to have a lawyer, the best lawyer in Texas. This lady, Denise, she walks in, man, the judge's jaw dropped. He was like, really? You have this lady?
Oh, really?
Where I come from within Texas was Granbury. It's the meth place, if you will. Like I found out later after
the Sun
that.
Valley and the St.
Basically,
Helens.
yeah, exactly. So like I found out my house exactly because they have my address, of course. My house, the previous residence before we bought it, had a meth lab in there. So that's why their jaws dropped. They did not expect me to have anything. They expect me to have a public defender. They're like, oh, we got this guy. You don't. Not me. So I get out, we argue it, and then to make it really short in the end, the main thing I took out of this, which I loved, was the fact that I finally, when I moved back to Reno, I finally got my court papers back. The final decision. I should be on an ankle bracelet, technically, in Texas. But because I argued it and I proved my point, I was able to come to Reno. And all I had to do was pay off my lawyer fees. I didn't have to do jail time or anything. But the main thing I took from this was Logan versus the state of Texas. Next to my name, W.
Winner!
I beat the South.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do, apparently.
Apparently not. All I have to do is just get a right person.
And on that note, let's cue the banjos. Oh, buddy, that was awesome. You should have called me, man. I got to be one of the most scandalous lawyers ever.
Well,
hey, if you can work out loopholes where I can make movies that I do, you know he's got to be good.
Exactly. Oh gosh, yeah. Maybe I should have called you. Shit.
Yeah. Black Devil doll.
But then again, I was like, oh, what would the old man think about me being in jail right now? Because I did get my one phone call, which I'll have to say, there was one officer, never caught his name. He was nice because my mom did call and she said, can I speak to him?
It's called good cop, bad cop.
That's why because he did offer me that. He said, your mother's on the phone. I said, I don't want to talk to her. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, because I knew that. I'm a fan of Batman. I know the good cop, bad cop routine. I know when they're trying to.
But you hear that, officer? My mother's on the phone. I don't want to talk to her. Did he have the same tone like I did? I don't want to talk to her. It's like, ugh.
No, because I was standing there.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, because I was standing there just. I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to get out of here. And I'm like, yeah. Because when he asked me, like, you want to talk to your mom? Are you going to let me out of here afterwards? No. Then piss off.
There's some story. I know it's just bullshit that they're fucking with you with. Even me. Even old Daddy O. Your idol. Your hero. Which I don't know why, but...
Yeah, happens for the best of us.
I have been in a holding tank at one time where you could let's say I have a story. Excuse me. Apparently I went to sleep because they keep you there forever.
I was there for maybe 18 hours.
Yeah.
Not in a holding tank. I was in a cell.
No. And there was this giant drunk Indian guy.
Oh.
And they give you like the cheese sandwich and the orange.
Well, I got only breakfast.
Okay, different times. But I'm just like went to sleep, and it's like that. You know, there's no beds per se. It's just like, you know, the linoleum. And this fucking guy, because apparently I snore.
Trust me, I had to deal with that.
I was
too.
bothering him, and he was like just drunk, huge giant Indian guy. Which if I was like shit faced, I'd be like, you know, come on, liquid courage.
Yeah.
Come on. But no. And he was throwing the oranges he got. He's throwing them at my face because I was snoring, and that's what woke me up. So I'm like, oh, I apologize, sir. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then finally, I'll wait. And then he passed out. Like, you know, like super drunk, super chest beating, you know, I'm 6'8". I'm giant.
I'm big.
But then he passed out. So I went over quietly and I sat next to him. And they give you the slippers and the stuff to wear when you're in holding.
Well, I don't know about then, but like now it was Crocs.
Yeah.
They gave me Crocs.
But I really
only time I wear Crocs.
I really had to pee. And I remembered when he threw those oranges at my face. So I sat down next to him when he was like laid down, right next to his head.
Don't tell me you pissed your pants next to him.
And it pooled on his face and his hair.
Oh my god.
Well, I figured this was state issue, so it's not mine. So I pissed on the state and the original American.
Oh my god, no.
Actually, no. For all those listening, I just pissed on some motherfucker who woke me up. But yeah, all I did was just lift it and just pee as I was sitting down right next to his head, and it just pooled. And then quietly went back over to my spot and resumed my snooze. Wow, that's fucked up, buddy. All right, so we both have some jail stories, apparently.
Yeah.
We're a couple of hard knocks guys.
Where you kind of got the benefit of that is like you got state issue clothes. These sweats I'm wearing right now is the exact same pair. I was in jail in these. These are my jail clothes. This white shirt, everything. These socks, exact pair of socks. Everything I'm wearing right now is what I wore when I was in jail.
We should cut this podcast and shoot a gangsta rap video.
I had nothing else. They took my hat away. I was really irritated about that because.
Well, like I said, it took the SWAT team to fucking.
Yeah, like I said, I'm like Luis from Bob's Burgers. You don't touch my hat. You don't. No one can see me without my hat. After that, oh.
No one wants to see you, especially me right now.
That is the reason why I wear a hat. Because no one wants to see
what
it.
happened? Is that a clown wig?
Hey, that's offending a clown, all right? Clowns take pride in their hair. They upkeep that. They take 3 hours to do that. They don't buy no cheap wig at Spirits. They maintain that all life.
Cheap. Tell you what, though, yeah, that was a good story. Wait, you're coming in hot there with a strong story. I would expect nothing less from my offspring, because I tell stories all, as you well know. I got a lot of stories.
Oh yeah,
a lot of stupid shit. But I will put your jail story up against. I will see your jail story and raise you the mall story when I had to take your goddamn sister and her friends. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
First of all, we're going to the phone store, okay? And you know your sister.
Oh,
Dad,
yeah.
can you give us a ride to the phone store? I need a new phone. I need a new phone. I'm like, yeah, okay. And we're going there. And you know the friend.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting there, and I don't know shit from Shinola. And she's like talking about this, and this fucking guy is just like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and it's gonna ring out, and it's gonna be like, okay, so it's $130, and then over the course of time, over this plan, and I'm doing the numbers, I'm like, It's going to be fucking $700 for a fucking phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like this. Now, here's where you want to laugh. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I'm like, can't you? We can go over there to Office Depot and get a phone. And it's like, we can all be part of the plan. And your sister's like, oh my God. Like, embarrassed. And I'm talking to this guy like he's trying to, like, rip us off and everything. I'm like, no, I got this. And your sister's like, oh, you sound like a disgruntled old man. And I'm like, look at this guy. He's like on his last leg. He's like, his soul is just sucked out from working here. It's like, fuck him. He's trying to rip you off, babe. I got this. Daddy's got this. And she, your sister, she's like, oh God.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've gotten it myself.
And I'm like, well, why can't we just go over to Office Depot and get the phones they have over there? And then we can just hook them up over there. No, because part of the plan is you have to do that. It was part of AT&T, and we were at an AT&T store.
So you're saying Office Depot, like they sell phones, right? Does Office Depot sell phones?
They do.
Do they really?
I knew that. But what I didn't know is, and he's like, okay, and then part of the plan is going to be an additional charge. I'm like, why can't we just get the cloud? What's that cloud thing? Let's just do the cloud. Like where everybody's under the cloud. And then we go to Office Depot. We pay that. I'm not paying $700. I'm not having you charge my daughter $700 for this goddamn phone through you. We can go and get Office Depot or, and then we can do the cloud thing. We can all be under the cloud. And your sister's like, oh, God, Dad, just stop talking. You have no idea what the cloud is. I'm like, I don't, baby. This guy's like, that's not how the cloud works, sir. And I'm like, stop talking. I'm talking to my daughter. So we're working that out. And I'm sure people listening right now would be like, what an asshole.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
I know.
What an asshole.
You're giving me the look right now.
Asshole?
It's like, that's not how the cloud works, Sean. I didn't know. So anyway, then afterwards, she's like, I don't want to go with Dad to the mall after that. I'm like, come on, baby. We'll just go. Because she wanted to buy the soap. She wanted to go to that store. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I remember that's when I decided to divert from the group because I was like, oh, God, no.
You're like, I'm going this way.
Yeah, I was like, I'm out of here.
Dad's embarrassed the group enough.
Yeah, let me go ahead and embarrass myself somewhere else.
So she wanted to buy this soap, and granted, you kids did earn your own money. So I'm like, all right, I'll take you. And I took her to this hippie soap shop thing or whatever.
It was near Build-A-Bear, I believe.
Where they were like, it was very progressive or whatever. Like everybody in there had like, tattoos and piercings and everything. And they were trying to do that. And she's in there buying soaps that are like $60. Her and her friends. And I'm like, you can go to Walmart and get it for $1.99. I'm like, and they look like wedges of cheese and stuff like that. And
which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I feel like I'm getting to his age very soon. Because I think the same thing. Why spend this much when you get the same thing for $1 at Walmart or something?
You pulled the ripcord at that time. You're like, Dad's embarrassing. I can't even be around. And we're sitting there and I'm like, okay. And I just like, after the phone thing, I just like broke myself off. I was in the store, but I let her and her friends do her thing. But I was watching. And they were talking, and she was so cute, and they were sitting there chit-chatting, and I'm like, oh, okay. Look at my little baby. Blah, blah, blah. But then there was the one that came up, and she's like, oh, here we go. And she put some around her wrist, and she's like, well, come back. How old are you? And what was it, like 15?
Yeah, 15 or 16.
15 or 16? Yeah. And she goes, well, come back for a reading. And I'm like, I'm like lurking in the aisles and everything. It's like, okay. And then that's when we all got back in the car, and I'm like, and I couldn't let it go. I'm like, hey, let me ask you something. What's up with the bracelet? And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I thought they were like trying to like, oh, we can test your aura. And I'm like, I thought they were trying to induct your sister, like, because they're always like pushing their agendas. They have the flyers, and they have the tattoos and the piercings, and they're doing all this shit and everything in the store while trying to sell stuff. And I'm sitting there, and I'm being a dad, and I'm sitting there on the way home, and I'm like, "What's up with the bracelet?" And she's looking. I'm like, "What? Your color match? What does that mean?" Did you? And because I did listen. I know you told them how old you were. They're trying to fucking like induct you into like their cult or whatever, trying to get them
sex devil cult.
And then her friend, who you know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
she goes, "No, they're trying to match the type of makeup that would match her skin color and her hair."
Oh my god! Yes, you are so far behind, old man. I swear, you are way far behind on that. Oh my gosh, that
was a long ride home.
That was very long, even for me. Like I said, I diverted from the group before this happened, and even then, that was a long ride home.
Don't you remember that? I was like giving her the evil eye. I'm like, no, fuck those people and fuck that, and they're trying to match makeup that would fit her best.
The foundation or to match the skin color. When girls would do foundation, like if a girl was tan but she wanted to look porcelain tan,
or she was a redhead and like had pale skin.
Yeah, you,
like she
you
had
guys
this
know.
Color bracelet.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are they trying to induct you into a cult?
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yeah.
That was a long car ride home.
Because why I remember that too is because like I remember I visited Hot Topic, Spencer's,
anywhere but where I was at.
Journey.
Dad's embarrassing.
GameStop, even Wetzel Pretzel, and I still found every time I walked by, I still saw them. I'm like, oh gosh, like how? I'm like,
Dad, you don't know anything about the cloud.
Yeah, you know nothing.
I can't be around you.
Yeah, you know nothing about us young people. I let me go embarrass myself on my own accord somewhere else.
Oh god. So stupid. Yeah, that's one I'll definitely I took a huge hit on. But hey, I was being a dad.
We'll give the old man that. He was trying to be a very protective father.
Oh.
But he was very off on the knowledge. He was too overprotective. He's like that guy like when in the 80s or whatever when
I barely know how to turn on a computer. So.
Exactly. Like when in the movies when like the daughter who has the overprotective dad that finally meets, she's always dated like the scumbags of school, and then she finally meets the nice guy, and he's like, no, he's just the same as everyone else. That's this guy, but worse. It's like anyone is bad. Like
I'm like the anomaly of the bad boy boyfriend and the overprotective.
Yeah,
it's like how do you fight that?
Like when you're his kid, he's the bad boy, but when you're a stranger, he's the very overprotective father. It's awesome. It's an awesome mix.
And if you bring home someone, he's worse than them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
growing up with you.
Oh shit! I didn't ask you. What do you think? What did you think of? Did you see Last Jedi?
I did. Yes, I actually
hated it like everybody else.
Well, I didn't hate it. My whole thing is like if they would have only told Poe, I can't remember the purple hair girl's name. She just would have confided in Poe. None of this would have ever happened. Like she dragged it out to the point where it seemed like she's here to blatantly get the rebellion killed. Not the first order, whatever they're called now.
I still call them the Empire.
I call them the rebel. Well, not the Empire themselves, but like the actual rebels now, like Poe and all them.
The rebellion.
I guess
resistance.
Resistance. The rebellion. Same thing. Different words, shorter, but
same shit, different smell.
Yeah. If they just would have told Poe what was going on, no one else, just Poe, or even like Leia, because like it seemed like she had this planned in a sense.
Fair enough. So you put some thought. So with the Solo movie coming up,
yes.
Like, do you like how it is? Because I've growing up with me, of course, obviously you're a Star Wars.
I'm not gonna lie, I have chose, even with Infinity War, this is one thing, the Solo movie, I chose to not read a single thing about. Like on my phone, when you look up Google, it'll say like, is this card useful for Solo? Nope. I don't want to know nothing about it because I love Han Solo. Coolest guy in the galaxy. Only person who might come even a sweet close second to him is Lando. So, no, nothing's going to spoil me for Han Solo. I love Captain America. Han Solo.
Captain America's not in the Star Wars universe. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to cool characters, though, nope. Han Solo is very number one.
Okay, what would you like to see as far as in the Star Wars universe? Either like, okay, this is a two-part question. First of all, what would you like to see? Like, remember George Lucas did he re-edited stuff and everything and changed. Remember I just showed you the Vader Obi-Wan thing.
Yeah.
That was badass, right?
That really was actually, yeah. It made it more lively.
Me personally, I would have done it a little differently, but that's just me.
What they did or what Lucas did?
No, me personally, I would have.
Alrighty.
I'd have been like, that showdown in episode 4, like they just show up and you were right. I shouldn't have smoked in high school. Sorry, man. I should have smoked after the Clone Wars. Hey, man, how you doing? Obi-Wan, god damn, you look good. You look great. Oh, man, it's been such a long time. A little more friendly. What do you... I can't believe I'm seeing you right now. It's so great bumping into you. Do you remember the time I built that C-3PO? What the hell happened? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened. How you been? What are you doing here? It's been so long. I've come to put an end to your evil, Darth. Oh, man. You're still sounding like a high and mighty asshole. It's like, fuck you.
You're right.
I can't believe you're still on your soapbox. Sitting there like, look what I've done. You rescued me from nothing. I was out there in the desert. A slave to a big bee creature. I don't even know what the hell that was. Wado, whatever.
Right.
But you rescued me, and now look at me. I praised you all my life. Now look at me. I've become Lord Vader. I'm like, look, built the Death Star. Look at all these people. Stormtroopers, Imperials, everything. They all got jobs. They're doing stuff. What are you doing, old man? Sitting out there in the desert, stroking that metal fucking lightsaber, talking about old times.
Right.
You ain't doing nothing.
Watching the little boy of all things grow up.
Yeah, stroking that metal lightsaber, watching that little boy, huh? Yeah.
Drinking some of that blue milk.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to the blue milk moment. It's like, like we got jobs. I've created jobs. People have purpose. What are you doing? You disgust me. All right, sure. I killed a few younglings, but you know what? You gotta what's the saying? Break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you up to? Waiting to pass that metal dick off to that young boy when he grows up? Yeah, you watching him. You disgust me. And oh god, by the way, look, you've aged so badly. Take off your mask. You've aged badly too. Fuck you. That's not fair. That's not fair. It's because of you. You cut off my legs, you dick, and my arms, and left me on the lip of a lava lake. Remember this shit? I hate you. I hate you. Yes, I remember. All right then. Well, you know what? All things aside, good seeing you.
I used to feel a little sad at the end of episode 3 of that battle, but not anymore. Now I can look at it and laugh.
That's why they don't let me. That's why I'm not allowed to redo. I'm a fan of Star Wars. I will never let it out.
I can't. I can never be sad at Star Wars again.
All right. Actually, now getting back to what I was saying, now that I think about it, Obi-Wan did something. Remember the original Star Wars? Now, tell me it's a parent thing. Or maybe it's an old thing. But you got to admit, I told the soap story and the mall story. But I never did this. He was like, you remember how, like, you're out there, you know, the old timey, you're working with your dad, and like, you turn the wrench and you cut your hand working on the car with your dad, or you lift up and you bang your head, ow! And then afterwards, your dad's like, or anybody, be careful, like after the fact.
Now you told me beforehand?
Like Luke got attacked by Tusken Raiders, and Obi-Wan's like, the gentleman ways will not be traveled lightly. He's like, I know that. He's like, bitch, I live right around the block from you. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru know you. They're like, stay away from the creepy old man who lives out in the Doom Seas. It's like, what? Tell me the story, old man. It's like, what? Were you at Mos Eisley one night and they were cruising you? Like, hey, Obi-Wan, you want to come back? You don't, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You want to come back to our place, drink some hot blue milk, and bang my wife? Try to work you into a weird space three-way?
Oh, man. The old Ben Kenobi banging Aunt Beru, huh?
It's like, well, that's the story I want to do. Because, like, there's the soul. Like, forget Boba Fett, forget Darth Maul, forget Obi-Wan. I want to see Owen Beru. It's like, we were young, we were experimental, we had like blue milk orgies all the time, and we were having a great old, you know, it's just like, but then somebody had to come along and drop this fucking kid off. And then no more blue milk orgies.
So, blue milk orgies sounds very riveting. I wonder how those went out for whole Owen and Beru before they got torched by the Empire.
But see, that's, if you look at it, that's how Owen was. He's like a cuck. He's like, I just want to watch Beru with all these aliens and all these Jedi and everything. It's like, we'll harbor Jedi so they can like gang bang, and I just watch. I'm a cuck. I can't get no action in space.
And not even from a Jawa, huh?
No. Well, she's already done Jawas, but they came up short.
Oh my god! So I guess the blue milk orgy explains why they're all sprawled out on the stairs while they're torched by the Empire.
No. They're like, I just want somebody to watch. It's like, I'm a cook. I can't get no action in space. It's like, you're not in space, you're on Tatooine. Well, you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, fuck space.
Exactly.
It's like, well, Owen, why don't you get a droid to watch? It's like, no, the droids don't count. Like, fucking, they're always watching. Like, C-3PO never closes his fucking eyes.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe.
He's like, I'd like to get, like, I don't know, maybe an Imperial or something.
Yeah, exactly. Some stormtroopers would be nice.
Something fucked up, but I can't get shit going.
These are not the droids you're looking for, but this is the orgy you've been searching for your whole life.
Owen, he just gets, like, he's just, like, cucking it all the time, and Beru is just, like, so, like, that one scene in Return of the Jedi, now that you mention it, it's like, remember when Luke and Leia had that moment, and they're like, talking, what do you remember about your mother? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I remember she was very sad. Remember on Endor?
Yeah, when they're talking, he reveals.
No, that's bullshit, as we know. Luke would be like, you know what? Here's what I remember. I remember Owen and Beru, like, they'd send me out, and I have to go all the way to fucking Tashi Station, not just for power converters. They send me out to, it's like, it's Thursday, so it's swinger night. Because they're banging fucking neighbors, you know? It's like, they ran a moisture farm, all right? It's like, oh yeah, on Thursday night, it was really a moisture farm. You know, it's like, oh my God, I'm walking around and my sock just slipped. It's like, what was that? Puddle of jizz. It's like they were just fucking blue milk orgying it up all the time. And they'd send me out every Thursday to Tossie Station, not for power converters, because that was Tuesday and Monday. It's like, oh, I was gonna go to Tossie Station to pick up some power converters. But Thursday they insisted because they sent me to the pizza place, and Nunzio runs it, and I'd have to spin there, and I was going out there, and I saw these land speeders outside as I was leaving. I'm like, whose land speeder's that? It's like, there was a big bowl with a bunch of keys in it.
A coat rack I've never seen before.
Yeah. People coming in and out, literally and figuratively.
Of all species, too, mind you.
That's right, because we're on the outer rim.
2 sons, mind you.
Aunt Beru had a big fucking smile on her face, and I don't think she waited to get totally naked before I left. But then I end up at the pizza place down at Tossie Station, and I'm sitting there, I'm playing 30 rounds of Space Invaders, because I want to, become part of the rebellion. And I ate a calzone. But then the owner, Nunzio, he's like, kid, you gotta leave. It's like, you've been here from start to finish. He's like, and I'm like, yeah, well, it's swinger night. And Nunzio looked at me. He's like, he knew. Actually, I think I saw him there a couple nights. He's like, oh, yeah, buddy, go ahead. He threw me the keys. He's like, go ahead and lock up. And I think he was headed to my house.
Oh, hell no.
And we're doing the...
Did they have the Mos Eisley band playing the same song over and
Oh,
over?
no. They do the thing where it was like, the Thursday land speeder key party. It's like... And, Beru would be like... they'd come in and it's like... Oh, here's a nice... Owen, who was the cuck... Owen was so frustrated. He never got to do anything. He just watched his wife Beru just bang all these strangers, all these alien strangers and everything. He'd whip it out, but it'd blow up like R5D4. It's like, hey, this one's got a bad motivator. And then somebody would come in with their smooth R2 unit. And get the job done.
Oh.
And then... there was one time, he was so frustrated, he hated it, watching his wife just get, trained. But at the same time, he loved it. There was one time...
No point of a cuckold.
Yeah, there was one time where Beru put him in a Tusken Raider mask with a zipper across the mouth. and she called him, let's see, hold on, I said no dead air. Let's see, little bitch Owen. No. Where you going, Owen?
Where you going, Owen?
Yeah, what that meant was, she put him down, and she'd grab his hand and put it on anybody's lightsaber and say, where you going, Owen? And when I say lightsaber, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because then the minute she put his hand on it, but then again...
Tatooine was a pretty wild planet, huh? Outer Rim for you.
Outer Rim, yep. Beyond the Empire. But then again...
Vader couldn't partake, so... And Palpatine with his...
But then, over the course of time, she'd change it. And they're just blowing Owen. Who you blowing, Owen? She'd put him on his knees and point to anybody's lightsaber that she pointed to, and she'd swallow it and be like, who you blowing, Owen? So yeah, that's what I had to listen to. But good for you. You were raised as a princess on Alderaan.
Yeah.
And, it looks like you have money, and you were raised, as royalty and as part of politics. I don't know how that works. And I was sitting there listening to my parents at the time banging the neighbors. Leia could be up there, on indoor going, Luke, why are you being like this? And Luke goes, it's not fair! Because it's not fair! That's bullshit.
Like, why was I stranded on the shithole of the galaxy, but then you're on Alderaan, the rich, nice Alabama of the galaxy?
Like, I had to go all the way to Tossie Station to get power converters. You probably got them falling at your ass.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I can't even watch episode 6 now. That one whole 30-second scene is going to play like a 30-minute scene in my head now. Every time I see Endor, all I'm going to think is Tatooine.
And then years later, see, this is the movie I want to see. And then here's Owen and Beru. She goes, she's sitting there in a moo. They're all like at their age now. She lighted up a cigarette. But she's got like a martini.
A shot of possibly green martini.
Like, and they're doing the later years, like the VH1 interviews. And Owen's like, shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. And she like just hits a whole Pall Mall in one hit. She goes, drops the lighter. She goes, if I was any younger, I'd have the boys over right now. We'd all party in your face, Owen. It's my favorite. Who's Owen blowing? It was my favorite party game ever. Like I'd be banged by all sorts of like just strangers of all species.
She's like, I'd have all races. The pod races over.
Whoever won the pod race got it first. And then I look over and be like, who's Owen blowing? And I look over and you'd be hot at work and you'd just get ready. Oh, here it comes. He's going to get a face full of blue milk.
Aunt Beru, the lot lizard of Tatooine. How you doing, honey? I heard you just won first place in the pod race.
And then he goes, oh, don't tell him. He's doing it. We've lined up all the Cantina band. And they're playing their instruments as Owen is playing them. Who's Owen blowing?
As soon as it's over, hey Owen, playing the same song, so why don't you play the same song again?
He's like, see? And Luke, then we flash back to Luke and Leia. It's like, see? This is what I had to deal with. This is what I don't like it. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
You white milk drinking. You know where blue milk comes from? I do. And then it just cuts scene. And he walks off and then continue to return the check.
It's like, her whole argument is, my planet got blown up. You don't hear your parents having swinger sex.
There was a key party. Like, there was a bunch of land speeders I didn't recognize.
It's like, I prefer Tatooine to be destroyed at this point.
My Uncle Owen was blowing the Cantina band. And then here we go. You know what that is? They're playing the second number because they were doing number one in his mouth.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, yeah. It's like,
oh, God.
What's the bigger blow? Alderaan or Uncle Owen on the Mos Eisley Canteen crew?
I don't know. So I can cast in some other. So anyway, if anybody remembers listening
like
right
direct what is it?
No,
sex parody of Star Wars.
No, they would. Brought to you by the Godfather of Black Devil Doll. It's like, wow, this parody. Star Wars is very gross. It's like, I don't remember that. Oh yeah, they're all about the cock up here in space. But we got the If I were to do it totally, then I'd cast. Well, I wish Ryan was here. I miss Ryan. Like, who's Owen blowing? Who's choking Logan? Who's Ryan eyeing? And you guys are just like fucking the Cantina band. You're fucking blowing like the Gungans. And Ryan's getting spit roasted by Ewoks.
Oh, he gets the Ewoks and I get the Gungans?
Oh, no. Then you guys like switch.
Oh, all right. At least as long as he gets the Gungans
it's all about the Cantina band. You know, they're going to play the number and then when they're done, switch.
As they're shifting between notes, we'll just say we're switching instruments and mouthpieces.
They're switching between notes. You guys are switching between blokes.
Oh Lord. Like I said, so not only did you ruin episode 3 and 6, you added 4 on there. Are we gonna get 1, 2, 5 and is that it? Yeah. 1, 2, and 5 in there, or you got something about Anakin bringing home dead Padawans to Padme?
My nature. Remember that? Yes, I remember.
I remember you screaming like a bitch.
Oh.
I forget, I was on fire. It happens.
Do you remember, speaking of remembrance, let's talk about, I haven't told you about, see, one of the fondest memories I have of you was, well, before you were born. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I have fond memories of myself before I was born.
Remember Free Comic Book Day?
Yeah, I remember Free Comic Book Day.
When we went, the day, that particular Free Comic Book Day, that was 2009?
I believe we were in Vegas, yes, when we went.
Dark Avengers and Blackest Night.
Yes, I remember Blackest Night for sure. Dark Avengers, I thought, because like you had a lot of pre-made shirts, I thought Dark Avengers was just your idea. You're just like, oh, this would be a cool idea, so let me put this on a shirt.
No,
I knew Blackest Night though.
That's when I was taking. I know you're very young. You didn't know what was my idea and what was real. What was a good idea and what was shit. In other words. No, that's when we were doing. I was in Vegas. That's where we were doing. Like Mike and I were doing the conventions, and we were working on Hatchet and stuff like that. But what did I always tell you? Remember? Do you remember Free Comic Book Day? We got all those free comics. We checked them out, but we bought stuff. We bought a shitload of stuff.
We did, yes.
Well, when I say we, I mean
it's when
me.
I got that green. You got me that Green Lantern shirt. That the lantern ring was actually like fuzzy. It was velvety.
Yes.
In a sense. Yeah, and then
yes.
I also had that. You bought me another ring kind of shirt. I think it was the Black Lantern ring for Blackest Night, but like you could, it was black, but the shirt, the ring was gray, so you could barely see it in a sense. Like you.
But we spent money there.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh my god.
Free Comic Book Day doesn't mean anything's free.
Well, it does. You get some free comics, but
no. But anything else that
I did free comic book day one time in the shop. You like the shop that I have?
Oh, I love the shop. You already know why on your shirt.
Well, the one and only time this is gonna be the last story. Then we're gonna cut it because free comic book day is coming up in May. It's the first Saturday in May.
Yeah.
The one and only free comic book day I did because, ooh, yay! I did no, you're supposed to burp in the mic. By the way, there you go. Spent the money. It's like 10 cents an issue. Free for the people.
Free for the people, not for you.
But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at what they have to offer, and like my regulars, I'm like, there's nothing that they don't already have, or they could have. It's like I'll just save it for them. And they don't have to spend any money because they spend enough money coming in. Mm-hmm. I mean, like my regular guys who come in and buy comics.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't do that to them. I wouldn't like rip them off. But then it's supposed to be like, okay, free comic book day, you put out this stuff, and what they do is they offer it to shops and to get new people in, and they get introduced to them, which I understand. It's a good concept.
Yeah.
I understand. It's like, oh, the introduction of comics, and, they'll come back. I understand that. Never had it. Never had it. And here's my experience. First thing. This is when Matt was still here. Like the phone would be ringing. He's like, as a dickhead, he'd be like, it's for you. And I answered the phone. He's like, yes. What are your festivities for a free comic book day tomorrow? I'm like,
free comics?
Like,
what do you mean?
No. This is the year I'm like, we open at noon and close at 6. That's our festive click.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you why. Here's why.
I'm not a festive person.
I can be festive.
we'll say that. Well, sure, we'll say festive. Let's say
nobody
that.
can see you doing that.
They don't need to. They know. They don't need to see the quotation marks. They already know.
Okay, first of all, I had this fat white trash fucking woman come in.
Oh God.
With her 3 fat kids.
Did you start this in Texas?
No, but hold on. And I'm only talking shit about people because they're not regulars. She came in, she got 3 kids. She was obviously the ringleader. The husband, who was beaten down, went over there and he's sitting there
spirit.
doing the cardinal rule. He's like opening books and like reading on my fucking dime. And I could just hear her. She goes, okay, all 3 of her kids, get one of everything. Grab one of everything. These are the free comic books. Here we go. Grab it. And the one kid goes, can I get some bags and boards to buy? Oh, no. And I swear to God, she grabbed him by the back and pushed them all out the door, grabbed the fucking stupid husband who was reading the fucking book on my dime, pushed him out. Oh, we're not buying anything. We just came for the free stuff. And then out the door they went. Yeah. That's the first encounter.
Basically, hell.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Bet she was drunk off some PBR.
No, the second one was, there was this guy that came in, and he had one of those Walmart bought shirts where they just have all the Marvel
They're
all over.
a collage of Marvel, but you could tell.
But it's all over.
Yeah.
And it's a bright red shirt. It's got like Wolverine, Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk.
It's not accurate with the times in a sense of like how the MCU, but then there's the Fox.
No. I'm just saying. He's just
just in general?
Just shirts, But,
yeah.
but it's like one of those bright... He looked like a fucking clown. And you can tell because he's like... like a stupid stuttering fucking idiot. Which I told Ryan, I go, I wish I would have been mic'd. Because a lot of people would have thought I would have like bashed him, but I didn't. Because he comes in, he's like... it's free comic book day. I'm like, yeah, everything's over there. He's like, is everything in the store free? I'm like, no. I'm like, this is when my soul starts getting sucked out. Nobody has bought a goddamn thing in my shop. Is everything in here free?
You've been open for free for nothing, basically.
Is everything free? No, just what's on the table over there. Just take what you want and go. And I start at this point. The next person that comes in, I was just going to bend over and present. Because then you got a guy who comes in. Let's see, I have these notes because I've told this story before, but it got, for some reason, it's a lost space monkey story.
Lost one, huh?
Yeah, there was a guy who came in with a cell phone. Now, this guy I did yell at, and I'll tell you why. Because he comes in, and he's doing this, and I made a comment to you the other day when you were, like, taking pictures.
Oh, taking pictures, yeah.
Oh, that's why. Because he's sitting there, and he's like... And then he brought up some books and everything. And he actually did buy something. No, he didn't. Let's see. Did he? No, he was just like sitting there.
I'll say either way proves.
But he came up with his free shit. But he's like sitting there and he's like doing this. And when he came up, and I'm going through. I'm like, oh yeah, it was a free comic book day. You're cool. I'm like, hey, let me ask you something if you don't mind. I'm like, what's up with the phone? Because I thought he was taking pictures of something or whatever. He goes, oh, I was just on the website, and it'd probably be a good idea if you were part of Free Comic Book Day. Because I noticed your shop isn't on the list here. I'm like, just because I'm not on the list doesn't mean I have to be, I'm not doing Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah. Well, you gotta look at Scappoose, too. I mean,
I'm like,
it's a small town.
He goes, well, I just thought it'd be good for you to drum up some business. I'm like,
without my consent on your part?
No. I go like this. I look at him. I'm like, since the last... He's like, this is my first time in here. I'm like, so you're meaning to tell me this is your first time in here and you're going to tell me how to do my business? I'm like, so what is your definition of business?
Correct.
Because the stack there, that's all free. You're more than welcome to. It's like, he goes, what was it? Oh. Then he all of a sudden he switches the subject. He's like, so what'd you think of Civil? Did you see Civil War?
Oh, so it was around that time?
I'm like, oh. I didn't say anything, but I'm like, in my mind. He switches the subject.
Of course.
I'm like, no, it was cool. It was cool. I was doing anything. And then he left. But didn't buy anything. But he's talking to me about my business.
Yeah.
Because that's how you stay in business.
Well, here's another thing. He's like, oh, like, this is my first time in here, but, like, here's how I can help you do business. If you want to talk to me a bit about business to bring more people in, how did you find out about here then? Like, if you're not a regular, how did he? Apparently, yeah.
On the top, because you just happen to... Oh, I get that all the time. People will come in, just, like, happen to see the sign or whatever, and just, like, come in. But he's sitting there doing that, But he was not... Also, he wasn't happy with what I had on the table. He was like, I was expecting more. Like, what do you want?
Well, what time did he get there, too, from when he started?
Well, I only did it from, noon to 2.
Oh, so 2 hours, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, so if he got there late, then, like, what do you expect?
No, but
like...
I still had, like, all the free comic book day stuff. But he just
alrighty.
didn't like what I had presented. Or what was presented. So I'm like, fuck.
Like, tough tits
That's why
man.
I'm like, so this is your first time in here and you're going to tell me my business? Yeah. And not buy anything?
Exactly.
Fuck off.
Exactly. Like, tough tits to you, man. Get out of here.
Thank God, though, there was this one lady at the end who came in. This was after what I had to present. She came in with her she was like, I don't know. She wasn't the mom. I think she was like the cool aunt or something like that. And there was 4 kids that came in. I'm just like, ugh. At this point, my butthole is stretched out. I'm just raped. I'm just like,
sweating.
Bukkake all over my face.
You were taking very well. You took it for a ride and a half.
I was blowing Owen.
You were that girl sitting in the shower in fetal position.
I took the Cantina Band, the Ewoks, and the Gungans all at once.
Jeez.
I'm just like, just take whatever you want.
You were expecting the Wookiees, huh?
Yeah, Wookiees too. She came in with her 4, I'm assuming her nieces and nephews. And she's like, just get whatever you want. These kids had no idea. They were little kids.
So they just grabbed what caught a small child's eye.
This kid grabbed a sealed $50 hardcover book. The other kid grabbed an $80 book. They're grabbing, like, of course they got the free comics.
Yeah.
But they're grabbing, like...
They're grabbing the big
Funko
stuff.
Pops. They're grabbing action figures and everything. Almost $400. That sale right there.
Did she pay for it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But she goes like this. She reaches... She's like, oh, my God, I can't find the card. Do you take checks? I'm like, no. No. She's scared. And then she fumbled through. She's like, oh, I found my card. Yeah. Sight unseen. Those kids would never even know what they are. Like, they just grab stuff.
Yeah, little children.
Yeah,
like babies who just grab shit.
But she was a saving grace, yeah.
Yeah, that's
after
good.
all that.
Because another thing,
after my rape prison, I felt like the new guy in prison.
Right before she finds her card, like, do you take check? Oh my gosh, no.
She did scare me for a minute, yes. Do you take checks? No. She did, yeah. All right.
Well, that's good. At least she ended up paying for all that, especially like Funko Pops, $80 covered book and all that. Oh man, that right there.
Yeah, $80 sealed book,
yeah,
$50
right
hardcover. It's like, and these kids are just grabbing stuff off the thing.
And they're being children with it.
And they don't even know what it is. She's like, oh yeah, put it up here. Put it up here. I'm like, oh my God. After my butthole has been raped like the new guy in prison.
It's looking whiter than a Sarlacc pit, huh? You probably got the Sarlacc monster through your Sarlacc pit,
I even got the revised George Lucas version with the tentacles coming out.
Oh yeah, teeth and all, huh? With bounty hunter and all in there too.
Well, buddy, this has been fun.
Oh, it has.
This is, oh my God, good times, good times.
Got to do another before I go.
Oh, we will. Well, you're not going to be gone for long because you're moving here.
Exactly. Actually, yes. Trust me, it's strong consideration. I'm leaning more towards it than not because Reno blows. Never go unless you want to get stupid drunk gamble, ruin your life, do not go to Reno. Reno, Nevada only works if you were born and raised there. Other than that, it's a Sarlacc pit.
I smell a t-shirt. Reno blows if you don't want to go.
Reno blows if you don't want to go. Live by those words, my friends.
And on that note, have a day.